is going into overtime. The first overall pick for any game comes piled high with hot, fresh, never-ever-frozen chicken fingers and totally dippable cane sauce. So let's hear the stats. That's 100 chicken fingers, 100% premium, and 100% delicious. And with cold, refreshing jugs of lemonade and sweet tea also coming straight out of Raising Cane's, well, let's just say that's a full roster of flavor. Raising Cane's, one love.
We're at halftime, 39-36. Lamar State has the lead. Let's take a look at the first half numbers. For the Seahawks, they were led by Jordan Harris with 15 points. He hit on 5 of 8 from the field, including 3 of 6 from the three-point line and 2 of 4 from the foul line. 8 points apiece for Colton Weisbrod and Freddie Williams Jr., 5 for Mambi Diawara, and 3 for Marco Zelich. For the San Jacinto Ravens, they were led by Jarrell Cook and Corey Davis with 6 points apiece. 4 points apiece for Jabril Faulkner, Josh Huntley, and Ilker 3 points apiece for Jordan Duffy and Donovan Greer. 2 points apiece for John Mitchell, Candido Saw, and Konstantin Kulikov. First half shooting, 11 of 26 for Lamar State and 16 of 33 for San Jac from the field. From the three-point line, Lamar State hit on 5 of 14. It was 4 of 11 for San Jac. Free throw shooting, this is the biggest disparity in the game. 12 of 14 for Lamar State, 0 of 1 for San Jac. Rebounding was edge to the Ravens, 20-13 and 7-3 on the offensive glass. Leading the way on the boards for the Seahawks was Colton Weisbrod with 4, and leading for the San Jacinto Ravens was Saw and with 4 apiece. Lamar State assisting on 4 of their 11 field goals, led by Diawara with 2, and 4 assists in the half on 16 field goals for San Jac. Each team had a block shot, Albright for Lamar State and Saw for San Jac. And first half turnovers, Lamar State turned the ball over 6 times. That led to 2 San Jac points. San Jac had 9 turnovers, leading to 4 Lamar State points. Again, we are about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half with your score. The Lamar State Seahawks 39, the San Jacinto Ravens 36. This is Seahawks basketball on the Premier Sports Network.
Veolia is the leading global provider of environmental solutions. By improving energy efficiency, better managing water and wastewater, and recovering resources from waste, we're supporting business and industry while protecting our Gulf Coast in a responsible way. And just like Port Arthur's Lamar State College, Veolia has a passion for excellence, helping more than 30,000 businesses and 550 communities with their environmental needs. Today, Veolia is resourcing the world for a better tomorrow. Learn more at veolianorthamerica.com.
I come to the neighborhood Walmart a lot. It's a grocery store, but without all the other household items, so you're getting exactly what you need at a lower price.
It's a lot quicker to flow through the aisles. I find the prices are unbeatable.
I'm here all the time for everything, produce, vegetables.
I work full time, I have 2 children, I'm on the go constantly, so having affordable products to buy for our children is priceless.
I have a family of 4, so every penny counts.
Every minute counts when you're trying to get the kids home and then, ready for school the next day.
The biggest thing with this place is it's very convenient. I enjoy shopping here.
And back live here, we have an update from the matchup between Paris and Navarro at halftime, 42-33. The Paris Dragons are the lead. We talked in the pregame, Paris could be a very dangerous team going in the tournament if they can continue that lead against the Navarro Bulldogs. And of course, Navarro in a dogfight for that second bye out of the north, battling the Panola Ponies. And right now, Navarro down by 9 at half to Paris.
And we talk at this conference, we're going to get to the tournament, and there's going to be upsets. The question is going to be who's going to get upset in the first round, and how many times do we go through? This is not the women's bracket where Trinity Valley is. It's the Trinity Valley Invitational every year. It's the men's bracket, and how often does the number 1 seed not win the tournament, or a team on the bye does not win the tournament? Last year was Tyler. A couple of years ago it was Lee that was a 5 seed. You've had teams go through Lamar State, had a bye, but ended up winning as a 4 seed at the time. So the number one seed doesn't guarantee you anything but a lot of misery at the end of the year if you don't care. Now, the one thing that Trinity Valley does have, they're going into the tournament no matter what. They're going to the national tournament. The disappointing thing is if they lose the Region 14 tournament, they're not going to go in as a top 8 seed.
Yeah, again, we talked about that, and it's not the place to rehash it, but that is a nonsensical to me anyway. And that game, by the way, is at Navarro, so that's even more impressive to go on the road to the Wolin Center as the schedule around the league here this afternoon. Of course, we talked about a big matchup between Angelina and Blinn. That is at Brenham. Also, Coastal Bend is at Jacksonville. Those are the other games in the South Division. In the North, Trinity Valley is at Bossier Parish. You can name your score on that one. Trinity Valley should roll with that one. And Panola is at Tyler. And as the Tyler team is playing a little bit better basketball, and it's not easy to go into Wagstaff Gymnasium and pick up a victory.
And I think when you look at, it's just been a Tyler team that, I think the word when we talked to Mike Marquis about it from the team a year ago, they had so much experience, especially at the guard line. They had talent pretty much at every one of the 5 spots. And they basically took San Jacinto apart in that championship, even though they won by a close ball game. It was a late run that gave them the championship. But it's a daunting task. I mean, you go through these teams that you have records that you go like, why are they 5-14? Why are they 6-9-10? What their number is, and you just sometimes don't have an answer.
This league is not easy, and we have update. Blinn at halftime has a 37-35 lead, so tough and tight over at the Physical Education Building on the campus of Blinn College.
And Blinn has had those moments this year. They blew a late lead at Angelina in the first meeting between these two teams, and Scott Schumacher talked about that. That was a game that right now they look back on and say, well, if we could have won that ball game, it might have precipitated a run instead of losing close to Lee in overtime, beating Lamar State, losing to San Jack close in a close late situation.
Yeah, it's a good team that just has not gotten a lot of breaks late in ball games as we'll start the second half. And it'll be San Jacinto basketball. The Ravens ending the half on a 6-0 run.
And this is another one of the runs after Lamar State built back up a 9-point lead.
So far, you talked about Lamar State's been able to answer every time San Jack's gone on a run. We'll see if they can answer here. As we'll come with the inbounds now to Jordan Duffy. These are for her. Now on the drive, Candido Saw walked. Yeah, that's a travel.
Yeah, never got his feet underneath him there as he was trying to make a move to the post.
That's the second time Saw has been called for a travel. And Corey Davis still, even after halftime, still on the bench. And we'll have to clarify that rule. I think you're supposed to leave the bench area, but we'll have to ask somebody.
And it could come back to, I guarantee Lance Masson ain't going to bring it up because it could result in a forfeit here.
As I go inside, and here's a three-pointer off the kick-out pass.
There, called Weisbrod on push-off.
As was trying to get position there for the rebound. That'll be number 2 on Weisbrod. First team foul of the second half against the Lamar State Seahawks. So now Duffy will bring it up. First minute in here in the second half as I work it over to Faulkner. Faulkner now pull-up jumper. That's going to be a foul whistle on Jordan Harris, and he did get Duffy on the arm. Harris will pick up his first. Jordan Duffy goes to the free throw line for San Jacinto. First free throw rattles off the front iron, no good. Duffy, a pretty good foul shooter for the season at 76.5%, but he misses that one. He'll have one more. He can make it a 2-point game. Second free throw also no good. Weisbrod will come away with his 5th rebound of the game. So San Jack still scoreless from the line now, 0 out of 3. You have to wonder, Scott Jordaner talked about maybe trying to attack the rim a little bit more in the second half, maybe trying to get to the free throw line.
And we'll see how quickly Freddie Williams Jr. can get back into the second half.
Harris goes all around the baseline. Shoved in the middle. Williams, little jumper from the free throw line, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Saw. It's a good look, but wouldn't go down for Freddie Williams Jr. That's his first field goal attempt of the game. Stops and pops from 3, no good. Rebounded by Faulkner. He'll step back behind the line, and he'll say a long 2 for Faulkner.
Yeah, didn't get all the way out there, so Lamar State's still holding on to the lead.
And so a 1-point game as Harris brings it to his right. Now top to Albright. He'll slip it down to Weisbrod on the post. Weisbrod trying to back his way down. Nice up and under move. And Saw comes over and blocks it and rebounded by Second block of the game for Saw. And a chance for Sanjak to take the lead and going to the basket. And there you see, being more aggressive, taking the ball to the hoop that time. Jordan Duffy will draw the foul. And Harris picks up his second. That's already the third team foul on Lamar State. I think it's just Lamar State. You had to do that because of the shortened bench. That's one of the disappointing things in the Lee College game. From the Lee College standpoint, they were not able to attack Lamar State and get a couple of Seahawks with 4 fouls out of the game as Duffy hits the free throw.
Ties it up at 39, and one more free throw coming.
And Duffy misses that free throw. Weisbrod collects the rebound. As it's a 9-0 run right now by Lamar State, or by Sanjak, bridging the first and second half. Here's a timeout taken by Lance Madison. And we'll take it with 17:58 left to go. Tied at 39 on PSN Sports.
Football fans, with a Raising Cane's tailgate on the table, this meal is going into overtime. The first overall pick for any game comes piled high with hot, fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers and totally dippable cane sauce. So let's hear the stats. That's 100 chicken fingers, 100% premium, and 100% delicious. And with cold, refreshing jugs of lemonade and sweet tea also coming straight out of Raising Cane's, well, let's just say that's a full roster of flavor. Raising Cane's, one love.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 Jeep Cherokee for only $19,800.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop MidCountyDodge.com.
Tied at 39, so Sanjak has come back here after being down by 9. Harris with the dribble. So Lamar State yet to score here in the second half. In fact, it's about 4 minutes since they scored. DOR looking to work around the Weisbrod screen. Now go on the kick-out pass. I'll call for the charge. And stepping in there was Jabril Faulkner to draw the foul on DOR. He picks up his second foul. That's already the fourth team foul on the Seahawks. Each team's now committed a turnover here in the second half. And Sanjak a chance to regain the lead. They have not led since they were up 2-0. As they'll leave it for Saw. Inside to Duffy. Duffy on the drive, pulls up and knocks it down. And our second lead change of the game as Sanjak has taken a 41-39 lead. And now the Lamar State fans trying to get some life into this Lamar State offense.
Well, it's sort of gone through a little bit of a lull right now in the end of the first half, beginning of the second half. It's been about a 5-minute lull here for them.
And right now Lamar State not moving the basketball as Williams keeps the dribble. He'll pull up just shy of the free throw line. That's no good. A rebound to Weisbrod. He'll go back up and get the...
He got fouled. Wow.
And then probably should be going for an and one.
And that's the situation here. You don't want the officials to start eating whistles on one end of the floor.
As Duffy works across the timeline, he'll keep the right-handed dribble.
Third tie of the ball game. We have the 2 lead changes so far.
Lamar State's gone back to the man-to-man defense. We've seen both the 2-3 zone ends. They'll get the screen out top from Faulkner. Oh, nice little fake of the pass, but no good on the shot.
And that's a great job by Freddie Williams Jr. not to give up on the play defensively.
As Harris looks for the spin and got fouled by Jabril Faulkner.
Yeah, took the leg out there and no chance for Jordan Harris to reset his tracks there.
Number 2 on Faulkner. That's the first team foul of the second half on the Ravens. We're down to 16:24 left to go in the game. Tied at 41. That bucket on the last end by Weisbrod ended. There's a lob for Williams, and he can't make the clean catch. That'll be a turnover.
A little too high on the lob, and you want to value the possession when you're tied like this.
Had the right idea, but pass just too tall for Freddie Williams.
7 turnover against Lamar State in the ball game.
As it'll be Duffy. He'll leave it for Saw. Guarded by Albright, and Albright stepping all out there to contest. Duffy with hesitation and coming over on the foul. That's going to be
number 3 on Jordan Harris.
And already the 5th team foul on the Seahawks. So now some foul trouble starting to build for Lamar State. And you clearly, I think the adjustment from Sanjak is we're going to go to the basket. We're not going to settle for the threes that we were in the first half. And Lance Madison doing some barking at the officials, and I think it was Justin Smock saying, I've heard enough. And from the corner for three, no good by Duffy. Rebounded by Freddie Williams.
Well, he's just pointing out the math that it's 5-1 right now, and there are fouls to be called on the other end.
Half fouls on.
They called an offensive
foul. No.
That is a horrible call.
That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible.
That should be a basket and one, and here is this building coming into play once again. And a technical foul call looks like on Christian Albright.
Oh, there is no way Faulkner was there and set.
Hey, this is exactly what happens in this building. That kind of call when clearly you've got an opportunity for a three-point play, and it's exactly what you see at San Jacinto. That is a blown call by the official. Then he compounds it on the other end by calling a technical foul on Christian Albright.
Well, to be fair, that's a bad call on the moon, much less at Andrews Gymnasium, Lee College,
but it's a
Parker Center.
It's a call we see in this building, though. Very live.
The basketball gods may have been watching because misses the first end of the technicals. We'll have one more.
That's a 17 foul already. So with already 16 minutes left to play, Sanjak's shooting free throws the rest of the game. That's the problem.
And if you're Scott Jordander, you're now telling your team, attack the rim at every opportunity.
Well,
you're probably going to get to the free throw line.
But watch the officials. If they're going to do what they normally do, they'll make this up, and you'll see several whistles in a row coming up on San Jacinto.
As bringing it up is going to be Jordan Duffy. He's guarded by Harris. Duffy gets around. He'll float up off the glass and good.
Yeah, right now you got to watch your foul trouble if you're Lamar State. 3-point lead, the largest of the ball game for San Jacinto.
Harris with the three fouls really could not be over-aggressive there defensively.
Well, the way the officials are calling the second half, they can't be aggressive at all.
Harris will get over to Williams. Won't take the three. Now they'll leave it for Diawara. He's going to shoot the three. Diawara. He got fouled. And there's the whistle. Last time I'll call that one on Donovan Greer.
And again, you'll start watching these fouls close up here. The official they can't justify a 7-1 foul discrepancy. There's no way.
Yeah, go talk to Greg Smith about that. He was very, very, very upset with the officiating, and I don't blame him. That officiating at Deer Park in that game was absolutely pathetic.
Must be something in the water here in the Pasadena Deer Park area. But I wouldn't want to be drinking the water in Brazil right now, I can tell you that.
Oh, you've seen some of the pictures of the drinking water in Rio. I can understand why there are athletes that do not want to go to the Olympics. So the foul on Donovan Greer. This will be Mami Diawara to shoot three. He can tie it up if he hits all three of these free throws.
And the one thing Lamar State has to do is sort of settle into this game, understand that the way this game has been called has changed in the second half, and they've just got to be very cognizant of it as they play through this.
And we talked about the fact that there's going to be adversity in this building. You just have to play your way through it. Second free throw short, so Diawara's missed a pair.
And this is where Diawara can go through a little bit of a spate from the free throw line.
After making the first 12 free throw attempts, they've now missed 4 in a row as a team.
Jordan Harris with a couple in a row, and now Diawara's missed a couple in a row.
Third free throw coming. And this one in and out, no good. And Elker with his 7th rebound of the game. That could be a big momentum swing back, continuing this in favor of San Jacinto. Duffy picked up by Harris, and Harris almost swiped the ball from him. He'll spin, go up off the glass, and Jordan Duffy playing really well. He knows
he's got the advantage right now that Harris can't guard him.
I think, again, the adjustment was made from San Jack to attack the basket more in the second half as Harris looks for the penetration now back out to Albright. Albright won't take the three. Now lays it back to Harris. And Harris is going to shoot a long three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by who continues to have a good game on the boards.
This is a big defensive possession for Lamar State because San Jacinto can build a 3-possession lead here.
Large lead of the game for the Ravens. Pull-up three from Duffy is good.
And timeout needed probably by Lance Madison. We'll wait to see if he takes it.
49-41 has been all San Jack for about the last 8 or 9 minutes here. As Diawara with the dribble. As Lamar State badly needs a bucket here, they'll go inside to Weisbrod. Weisbrod jump hooks it up and good. Big bucket.
That's your go-to guy right there.
12 for Weisbrod, 49-43. Now Lamar State use a stop here. Still plenty of time, so we're 14 minutes left to go. We'll work it back out as we go under 14 minutes. Next stoppage will be the media time. Ilker for three, no good. Will have the rebound tipped over to Weisbrod. And Weisbrod looking to go coast to coast. Shot won't go, but he'll be fouled. It's coming over late was Donovan Greer. He'll pick up the foul.
Yeah, Greer trying to flop there and get the call, but did not get it from the nearer side of official.
It's number 3 on Greer, and we will now have the under 14 media timeout. 13:48 left to play. Sanjak with a 6-point lead, 49-43 on psnsports.com.
Everyone knows that some things are just better left to the pros. Take motivational speaking.
I don't know.
The same goes for bowls at Genghis Grill, which is why we now offer chef-made bowls like Kung Pao Chicken for only $8.99. Skip the line and order a bowl right from your table, or take matters into your own hands and build your own. The new $8.99 featured bowls at Genghis Grill. Seize control.
Veolia is the leading global provider of environmental solutions. By improving energy efficiency, better managing water and wastewater, and recovering resources from waste, we're supporting business and industry while protecting our Gulf Coast in a responsible way. And just like Port Arthur's Lamar State College, Veolia has a passion for excellence, helping more than 30,000 businesses and 550 communities with their environmental needs. Today, Veolia is resourcing the world for a better tomorrow. Learn more at veolianorthamerica.com.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year. Thanks to you, we were the #1 volume dealer in Southeast Texas for the 2nd year in a row.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. You choose a new 2016 Jeep Cherokee or a 7-passenger 2016 Dodge Journey for the low price of only $19,800.
And don't forget, those prices include warranty forever.
Come see why we are the #1 team in Southeast Texas. Mid-County Dodge in Port Arthur or midcountydodge.com.
The impressive thing about this run right here for San Jacinto and for Lamar State and their defense on this, Weisbrod can go to the line and knock down 2 free throws here, and it's still a 4-point ball game.
Colton Weisbrod with the first free throw is good. So that snaps a 0 for 5 string at the line as a team for Lamar State, 49-44.
After hitting their first 12.
Weisbrod looking for his 14th point. That's going to come up way short, and another rebound. That is now 9 rebounds for Ilker.
Yeah, he's become a rebounder instead of a scorer in this ball game.
5-point game as they work it over to Faulkner. Over around to Duffy, far left side. He'll look for the backdoor lob. That's going to be Jabril Faulkner off the lob from Duffy. 51-44. And I got the St. Jack bench up and excited.
Yeah, it almost got him a technical foul, too. The official had to warn them about coming on the floor.
Harris works it to his left as Weisbrod trying to post up against
Freddie Williams Jr. got fouled coming through by
As Weisbrod backs down, looking to back down. He'll go the up and under move. And nice spin and pivot, and he'll miss the shot. Rebounded by Did everything but make the shot that time. Here's a 3-pointer put up, and this is going to be good by Donovan Greer. And it is all San Jacinto as it's a 10-point lead for the Ravens, 54-44. And a timeout is going to be taken by Lance Madison. 12:53 left to play. And your score, 54-44 Lamar State on the Premier Sports Network.
Need t-shirts from 1 to 100,000. Tyler Screen Printing.
No job too small
or too large. Need banners, trophies, awards, vinyl stickers? Tyler Screen Printing. Want the option to design your t-shirt online? Tyler Screen Printing has got you covered with 2 locations. Tyler Screen Printing, conveniently located at 1321 South Beckham in Tyler, or visit Athens Screen Printing in Athens. Call today, 903-630-7124. That's 903-630-7124. Online at tylerscreen.com.
I come to the neighborhood Walmart a lot. It's a grocery store, but without all the other household items, so you're getting exactly what you need at a lower price.
It's a lot quicker to flow through the aisles. I find the prices are unbeatable.
I'm here all the time for everything, produce, vegetables.
I work full time. I have 2 children. I'm on the go constantly. So having affordable products to buy for our children is priceless.
I have a family of 4, so every penny counts.
Every minute counts when you're trying to get the kids home and then, ready for school the next day.
The biggest thing with this place is it's very convenient, but I enjoy shopping.
12:53 left to play. Lamar State with the basketball, now down 10.
Yeah, big possession here for the Seahawks as they try to climb their way back in this one. And we go back to the call against Freddie Williams Jr. That is the call that has changed completely the momentum of this game.
As Jordan Harris with the dribble. Goes cross court to Diawara, out top Albright. Albright kicks it over to Diawara. Won't take the three as Weisbrod trying to post up. And boy, he's having a battle with and ball knocked away from Weisbrod. He gets it back.
Gets fouled, wow.
And Weisbrod going inside, and that's going to be
finally called on the third one. It should be goaltending also. That ball hit the glass and was knocked away, and that should be a basket.
And officials may talk this one over here. As the foul is on Ilker.
The basket counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
The ball hit the glass and came off.
Right.
And why is Ilker standing there trying to politic the officials? Wow. Another blown call by this officiating crew. Clearly the ball hit the glass and was knocked away. After it hit the glass, it's a goaltend at that point.
And Lance Madison talking, I think it's Justin Simonk on the other side, and he is not a happy coach. But Paris continues to cling that double-digit lead over Navarro. So free throw good from Weisbrod.
Again, this should be another three-point play here for Lamar State that they can best get 2 points out of this.
54-45.
And it's momentum changers of the ball game.
And Weisbrod, and another rebound. It's 11 rebounds now for Ilker. 9-point game as Sanjak with the basketball and the lead. So over to Faulkner. Faulkner out top to Saw. Saw over to Greer. Hot shooter is Greer, and he knocks down another one.
Well, you're going to have to find him, and right now the man-to-man defense is not working for Lamar State.
57-45. Yeah, Sanjak knocking down threes right now.
And that's something they didn't do over at Port Arthur 3 weeks ago.
Until late in the ball game. As they'll give it to
Diawara getting hell. Wow. How do you not call that?
And Greer was all, as Diawara finally gets the foul call. And Lance Madison, he's on the verge of a technical.
Well,
I mean, he is.
We saw Scott Arginander do everything you could to get a technical over at Port Arthur, and Lance Madison may need to get one just to prove a point right here because the officials aren't calling this game right now.
Greer picks up his fourth foul, so we'll see.
Diawara clearly got held going to the basket before he even turned the corner.
Diawara at the line. He'll have 2 shots. That's the 5th team foul.
And again, the problem is it's not the calls that are being made or not made. It's the change in the calls from the way they were called the first half to the way they're called in the second half.
And we talked about earlier it was 7-1. Now it's 7-5.
This does not shock me one bit. But there's still 2 more fouls out there that weren't called.
And Diawara rattles in the second free throw.
And even in spite of this, it's still a 10-point ball game.
Lamar State can get a series of stops on the defensive end here.
Well, they need about a 6-0 run to get themselves back in this game.
As Duffy swings over to Faulkner. Faulkner guarded by Freddie Williams. Now back to Duffy. Duffy trying to get around Diawara. Spins, and that's good defense by Diawara. Show up and no good. Great defense there by Diawara as a rebound to Weisbrod.
And really a selfish shot that time by Duffy.
Bit of a heat check shot at that. And looking to get to the rim. In fact, Harris will flip it back out. And good save by Diawara. Diawara looks for the drive into the middle. Kicks out to Albright. Won't take the three. Steps inside the line. Back over to Diawara and goes up on the glass for 2.
Yeah, nice baseline move right there and an unselfish pass that time by Christian Albright.
57-49, 4 in a row now by the Seahawks as we're down to 11 minutes left to play.
And again, you need one more stop to feel like you're right back into this one.
Here's Saw. He's guarded by Albright as Lamar State continues to play this man-to-man defense. On top, wide open is Jarrell Cook for 3. That's good.
Yeah, if you're going to get threes from everybody, you're not going to win the game. It's just too tough of a place to win when they're knocking down shots like that.
That's 9 for Cook. 60-49 as the lead back to 11 for the Ravens. With the dribble, Harris brings it to his right. Harris out top to Albright, the half-court circle. Albright picks up his dribble. Now leaves it for Diawara. Down at 6 to shoot. Diawara looks for the drive. He'll go right to the rim. And coming over, that's going to be a foul call. I think that's a pretty clean block that time by Jarrell Cook.
Yeah, but the officials here's, like I said, look at the board right now. 5 consecutive fouls called on San Jacinto. And that's the problem with officiating in this conference. And when you have officials coming here, and Lance Madison has worked these officials to work it back to a 7-6 number.
Foul on Cook is his first. That's the 16th foul. So the next foul by Sanjak will put Lamar State in the bonus. Free throw is rolled through good for Diawara.
And remember, we said at the 16-minute mark, San Jacinto was in the bonus. They have not shot a free throw since then.
60-50.
And again, they started settling for jumpers again, going back to the three-point line.
But the difference is in the second half, they've been falling for the Ravens.
Right.
As the free throw up and good. DOR now up to 11 points in the ball game.
I think it's a miracle right now that Lamar State's within 9 at the 10-minute mark.
Here's Saw as he's guarded by Albright.
If you're Albright, you want to bait him into that jumper.
As a work it back over to Duffy. Duffy to Faulkner for 3. Faulkner, that one's no good, but the rebound coming down to with the jumper no good. That should be over the back. That'll be out of bounds, too.
Wow, they should have called a foul instead. That should have been over the back. That time on Jabril Faulkner, and he got away with it, and I think that's the reason they called the ball out of bounds off San Jacinto.
9:53 left to play as Lamar State back within 9.
We'll see Josh Huntley back in.
As Huntley comes in to give Candido Saw a rest.
So a little smaller lineup in there as Saw, the 6'9" product.
As Harris gets around the Weisbrod screen. Step back 3 from Harris, rolls off no good, rebounded by Huntley.
Yeah, not a good shot inside the offense that time because you had a chance to really work it. You want to value the possession.
Looks to drive past Weisbrod. Got bumped and gets the shot to go anyway. That is 7 now for Ilker. Who's had a nice ball game. Back to an 11-point Sanjak lead as we go down to 9:20 left to play. Weisbrod out to set the screen, getting around Diawara, and that's going to be on Ilker.
Wow, that's a soft foul called on Ilker.
And that is number 3 on
But the 1-and-1 coming up for Lamar State, so they have to go to the line. And that's one thing they will do. They will attack the basket, and they will get to the charity stripe. They're one of the better free throw shooting teams in this conference, close in late situations like this, and that's why the record has been the way it is.
Mambi Diawara will go to the line for a 1-and-1. First free throw is good. He'll get the second.
Yeah, after missing those 3 in a row, he's done a good job getting himself back to the right side of the column.
12 points down the ball game, 7 in the second half. Paris, 59-44, 13 minutes left at Navarro. That would be a very nice win for Coach Bobby Taylor and the Dragons.
Well, the one thing we know, no game is over with in that building.
Second free throw, yeah. Go ask both Lance Madison and Roy Champagne about that.
Well, Lee had a 13-point lead with about 2.5 minutes to play and couldn't close the deal.
Out top to Faulkner. Steps inside the arc. He'll put up the jumper. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Weisbrod.
And that's a shot you got to have to come out to get a break to get back into this one.
Harrison going to go right to the basket.
That's goaltending.
Let's go. Come on.
How are you missing this?
That is ridiculous.
And then they're going to call a foul on Ilker to give it a 1-and-1, and that was a shooting foul. How do you not call goaltending on that? That's just
the ball was right on top of the basket. That's the definition of the cylinder.
That's little Tykes basketball. The ball had hit the glass. You cannot touch a ball that has already touched the glass at any level of basketball. Weisbrod will get 2 free throws, but again, you're missing the basket and the opportunity here.
They called the foul on Huntley instead of
And in fact, they called it a 1-and-1. He was in the act of shooting when Huntley fouled him. So a chance to cut this down to an 8-point ball game. And the problem is, like I said, here you've called now 7 fouls in a row on San Jacinto. It makes no sense.
Weisbrod hits both free throws, 62, and Lamar State hanging in this ball game. And I think they're hoping Sanjak maybe cools off from the three-point line a little bit as Huntley at the top. He'll leave it now for Mitchell, who's checked back in. Now Duffy, who's played very well here in the second half. Now drop down to Huntley. And coming over Weisbrod, and
that's a good reach-in foul by Weisbrod, though, to not give up the easy basket. Huntley, not a great free throw shooter, will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
That's number 3 on Weisbrod. Team foul number 7, in fact, number 8 on Lamar State. And Huntley is just under 70%, so actually not as bad as we thought.
But he's not had as many free throw attempts. It's a little bit more of a limited sample size.
First free throw rolls, and won't go. And the rebound comes down.
Wow.
And that's going to be Jarrell Cook coming on.
And that's just a mistimed jump there that nothing Colton Weisbrod could do about that results in an easy basket.
So we're going to have a timeout taken with 8:24 left to play. 64-54, Ravens up by 10 on PSN Sports.
Everyone knows that some things are just better left to the pros. Take skydiving instructors.
So I think you just jump and pull one of these cord thingies.
The same goes for bowls at Genghis Grill. which is why we now offer chef-made bowls like Kung Pao chicken for only $8.99. Skip the line and order a bowl right from your table, or take matters into your own hands and build your own. The new $8.99 featured bowls at Genghis Grill. Seize control.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 7-passenger Dodge Journey for only $19,800.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop MidCountyDodge.com.
Everyone knows that some things are just better left to the pros. Take motivational speaking.
I don't know.
The same goes for bowls at Genghis Grill, which is why we now offer chef-made bowls like Kung Pao chicken for only $8.99. Skip the line and order a bowl right from your table, or take matters into your own hands and build your own. The new $8.99 featured bowls at Genghis Grill. Seize control.
10-point lead for San Jacinto with 8:24 left to play, 64-54.
And that's one of those, we talked about it during the break, one of those you're not kind of bounces when Colton Weisbrod going for the rebound would have easily had it come off the rim initially instead of taking a second and third bounce.
And went off his fingertips into the hands of Jarrell Cook, who got the putback. And I'm not sure why the whistle. They started the shot clock in time, looked like.
I don't know if they started the game clock at the same time.
64-54.
And I think they're going to add.
I think we talked about scoreboard, shot clock, or officiating.
The officiating came to the forefront.
I would have lost the bet. And I was just throwing a guess out there. 64-54, 10-point lead for San Jacinto.
And I don't know what the delay's for here. They're taking time off the clock. It was 8:29. And now Jordan Harris is going to let it roll up a little bit before he puts it in play.
I try to preserve a little bit of time here. Harris, well, he might have came close to a walk there. There's Weisbrod going around. Got fouled, no call. Wow. Rebound by Huntley.
He's looking at his hand right now trying to figure out if he's got all 5 fingers left.
Now looking to drive Jarrell Cook. He misses the shot. Offensive rebound. Put back button to go for Huntley.
And where's the foul?
And they're calling on Freddie Williams Jr.
Wow. And Lance Masson, just all he said was wow. Out of all of that you just saw, that was the foul they called. Not the over the back on Faulkner on the initial rebound. That's the foul you saw.
So it'll be Ilker going to the free throw line.
His third offensive rebound of the ball game. And again, a chance to push this to a 12-point lead once again, would match largest lead.
Free throw good for He'll get one more.
I don't see how got the foul call there. Where was he picked out in all that mass of humanity?
One more coming for 65-54. And second free throw also good, 66-54.
And right now, Lamar State being added to the mini list of roadkill in this building. No matter how good you play, you're just not going to win a game in this building.
As Harris is to his left, out to his right. In the corner to Williams. Freddie Williams Jr. with the dribble. He's into the corner to Diawara. Won't take the three. Now looks for the dribble drive.
And then I call that.
And Scott Jordaner's like, are you kidding me? That's just good defense by Jarrell Cook, and he gets called for a foul. It's just awful.
But the problem is they missed the initial foul on the penetration before Diawara even got toward the basket.
So Diawara goes to the free throw line.
So both teams now, with the 1-and-1 for Diawara, will be in the double bonus.
7:49 left to play.
And this is the number we talk about in this conference. It's just so hard.
As Diawara makes the free throw.
It's so hard in this conference to come from double figures down when the home team you're on the road and the home team's in the double bonus. It's just almost impossible to do.
This will be Diawara's 13th free throw attempt of the game. He's made 8. Make it 9.
Yeah, other than the 3 free throws he missed in a row on the three-pointer, he's really had a good game from the line.
Duffy picked up by Diawara. They had a little switch defensively. Now they're going to have Diawara. As Duffy had his way with Jordan Harris on a couple of possessions. Passing the baseline for rolls off his leg, but picked up by Mitchell on the drive. Mitchell going inside, flips it up, no good. And the rebound will come down to Weisbrod.
huge possession offensively here for Lamar State. They can hit a three right here, they'll be right back in the game.
And looking for the drive, going right to the basket. Jordan Harris with the left hand lays it in.
Yeah, the C parted right there. He went to the left hand and something he normally doesn't do and went all the way to the basket with it off the glass.
66-58. 4 in a row now by the Seahawks to get the lead back under double digits. They'll work it to Mitchell, out top to Huntley. Huntley swings it to Cook. Cook looks for the drive, hesitates.
Hey, he double dribbled.
And throws it up and rolls it in.
Wow, there was no doubt he took a hesitation dribble and discontinued as he was going around the corner.
That's 13 for Cook, 68-58. Here's a drive by Diawara. Short jumper rolls in good.
And he's had a very good second half.
And Lamar State just continues to hang around here. Nice
That's a carry that wasn't called.
They lay it off for Huntley. Huntley going inside and laying it in.
And another timeout call by Scott Arginander. I think he'll have 2 fulls remaining with 6:34 to play. And we'll take the timeout here from Anders Gymnasium.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 Ram 4-door for only $26,900.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop MidCountyDodge.com.
Football fans, with a Raising Cane's tailgate on the table, this meal is going into overtime. The first overall pick for any game comes piled high with hot, fresh, never-ever-frozen chicken fingers and totally dippable cane sauce. So let's hear the stats. That's 100 chicken fingers, 100% premium, and 100% delicious. And with cold, refreshing jugs of lemonade and sweet tea also coming straight out of Raising Cane's, well, let's just say that's a full roster of flavor. Raising Cane's, one love.
Veolia is the leading global provider of environmental solutions. By improving energy efficiency, better managing water and wastewater, and recovering resources from waste, we're supporting business and industry while protecting our Gulf Coast in a responsible way. And just like Port Arthur's Lamar State College, Veolia has a passion for excellence, helping more than 30,000 businesses and 550 communities with their environmental needs. Today, Veolia is resourcing the world for a better tomorrow. Learn more at veolianorthamerica.com.
I come to the neighborhood Walmart a lot. It's a grocery store, but without all the other household items, so you're getting exactly what you need at a lower price.
10-point lead for the homestanding San Jacinto Ravens.
And still plenty of time here in a 10-point game. Lamar State needs to just value the possessions and make Lamar State continue to have to, or make St. Jack continue to have to work.
As looking for the drive is Diawara, and Diawara got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line again. And Diawara doing a good job of tagging the basket and getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Huntley took the worst of that. He may have got a forearm or a hand right to the face, and he's holding onto his mouth right now. That's going to be his fourth.
So they're starting to get the bigs in foul trouble. You know, we have Greer at the one of the guards now with 4, and he's joined by Huntley.
And we talked about that during the break, the officials and the report that goes in at the end of the ball game. Yeah, at the end of the day, the fouls will be the same. The free throws will be just about the same. The score will be as respective as the score is going to be. But it doesn't tell the tale of how it got there to that point. It doesn't tell a 7-1 foul discrepancy on one side, 8 fouls in a row called on the other side. It's just weird in this building, and you talked about it in this conference at times, but specifically in this building, it just has a way of doing that.
Diawara misses the first free throw. He'll shoot one more. He can make it a 9-point game. Second free throw is good. Diawara, 15 points, in fact 17 now in the ball game. 70-61. As Greer back in the ballgame on the corner to Now back out.
And Lamar State needs a couple of defensive stops right here.
Cook over to Greer. Greer now guarded by Freddie Williams Jr.
3 seconds by side, still in the lane and hadn't left yet.
As they're working around to Cook, saw out to set the ball screen.
Clock winding down.
Now Albright steps out on the switch, putting up the shot, no good. Rebounded that time by Freddie Williams Jr.
Yeah, he has just been no factor in this ball game.
And the pull-up 3, no good from Harris.
That's a second from Harris in this ball game that really he didn't need to take. A quick shot clock 3.
And he has not been able to hit the 3 here in the second half after hitting 3 in the first half.
Well, he's only scored 2 points so far, and that was that wide-open layup where he got to the back of the basket.
As a goal, I got top to Greer.
And we see and Weisbrod battling again.
Baseline jumper turnaround, good up by Elker. What a game he's had. He has 11 points as a double-double. 72-61.
And manhandling Colton Weisbrod in the post.
There's Williams. And Albright.
They're just not going to call it. They're not going to call a darn thing down there.
Well, you had Albright committing an illegal screen, and then he had a foul by Sanjak as Harris looking to spin to the basket. Harris going up with the left hand and got fouled, and he finally will draw the whistle there. Saw and both are in the air, as well as Jarrell Cook.
It's pick your San Jacinto Raven you want to call the foul on. And Saw the one that will get the third foul.
So we'll send Jordan Harris to the free throw line with 4:57 left to play as time beginning to run out here for Lamar State.
Well, if you're Lamar State, you got to knock down free throws. You're in the double bonus. You know you're going to the line. You can't miss anything. You almost basically got to pitch a shutout the rest of the way.
Free throw is up and good for Jordan Harris.
Harris, after missing the 2 in a row, he's got 3 out of 5 now.
18 in the ball game for Harris, just his third point of the second half.
Yeah, it's been a quiet 18 for him in his standard.
Navarro closing in a little bit of Paris, 64-55. Still 8 minutes left to go in that game.
Yeah, we said that game far from over in that building. That's another place in this conference where house of horrors type of things can happen.
And Harris has hit both free throws, and Lamar State, their starting 5 has played the entire second half.
And they're going to play the rest of the way, barring foul outs.
72-63. As gets it ahead for Cook. Now back out to Jordan Duffy. As you were saying, Jack, you want to run some time here with this 9-point lead.
But you got to value your possessions. You don't want to put your team in a deep freeze.
Here's for 3 from the corner. That rattles in good.
And that might just about do it.
As Ilker continues to add to what's been a tremendous day for him, as he now has 14 points.
Yeah, Lamar State just not getting any traction here, still down 12.
Harris looks to get into the lane, pull-up jumper from just inside the free throw line, no good. Weisbrod, offensive rebound, goes back. We'll have to kick it back out. Putting up the 3 up and good for Freddie Williams.
And that's a big three-pointer right there to answer on the other end to bring it back down by 9. And you just sit up there and go through this. We'll hold it right here. It'll be a full timeout for Lamar State. Remind you, coming up, basketball high school playoffs will start Monday and Tuesday here on PSN Sports. We'll be at the Sports Arena on the campus of Lee College in Baytown, Texas on Monday night. 7 o'clock tip. We'll be in the air 6:30 with our countdown to tip off in our high school playoff preview show, as we'll be on the air with Coach Roy Champagne of Lee College from 6 to 6:30 with his coach's show leading up to our pregame show, as it'll be Beaumont Central, the Jaguars, the number 2 team out of District 25A, taking on the number 3 team out of District 19, the Humble Wildcats.
21.
Or District 21. And then you have, on Tuesday night, same situation, the District 21 champions, and that is the CE King Panthers, taking on the District 20 4A, or 20 place 4A, fourth place team, and the Baytown Lee Ganders.
And again, a very exciting time for Lee. First time over 30 years for the Ganders to make the playoffs. But they're going to have a very tough assignment with the CE King Panthers, who rolled undefeated through District 21 5A play. And, Lawrence Woods has that team primed to try to make a run to the regional tournament.
And that'll be an 8 o'clock tip. Will be on the air, depending upon how quickly that first game ends between Kingwood Park and Needle in that opener. And we'll have that ball game on the air starting at 7:30. We'll start our pregame show. We'll start 30 minutes before the tip-off of the second game.
Sanjak with the basketball, 75-66 right now. If you're the Lamar State Seahawks, you want to stop on the defensive end as Duffy lays it out for Greer.
Greer's had himself some good moments in this game.
And able to knock down the outside shot as they'll leave it back now for Duffy.
And again, if you're Lamar State, you want to keep in tune right here with the three-point shooters.
Davis back to Greer. Greer looks for the drive. Greer goes up off the glass and good.
And again, they made everything in the second half.
Greer in double figures with 11, 77-66.
First basket inside the arc for Greer.
Here's DOR, kicks it over to Albright. Now to Harris from the wing. Jordan Harris misses the 3. And what?
How are you calling that on Diawara?
He was being rooted out of the position right there defensively.
Well, they're going to make sure that this lead is going to hold up here. Wow. Diawara, how could he have committed the foul when he's going up for the rebound and has both hands? They're saying he grabbed his jersey. Both hands are above his head getting a rebound. How can you grab somebody's jersey when you don't have hands on them? That's physically impossible the last time I checked.
Jarrell Cook going to the line. He'll have 2 shots. First one is no good.
And again, you're just never going to get any traction in this building because you can't. That phantom call right there on the other end instead of DOR going to the line.
One more for Cook. He can make it a 12-point game.
That's just another 50-50 call that goes against Lamar State in this game.
This free throw also no good. Rebound tipped around. Will come down to Freddie Williams Jr.
And again, still Lamar State, still in this ball game, down 11, but time winding.
Williams now to
Got
Harris.
Fouled.
Harris going to the basket. He will lay it in.
Wow, they just are not calling anything on the perimeter right now.
21 in the ball game for Harris. 3:15 left to play. 9-point game. 77-68.
And again, this is the big possession right here. You cannot allow San Jack to score.
Duffy guarded by Diawara.
You don't have to have threes the rest of the way, but you got to get some defensive stops.
As we go under the 3-minute mark left to play, as Duffy looks for the drive. Instead, he'll hesitate, leave off for on the drive, throws it up, and good. When that shot's going in, it's not your day.
There's nothing you can do. It's just his night, and it's his day and everything.
And Harris nice kick out pass to Albright from the corner. Scott fouled. And that's a silly foul by looking at the bench, and Scott Durant said, what are you doing?
Albright, who had 16 last Saturday at Lee, looking for his first points of the game.
Picks up his 4th foul, and this will send Christian Albright to the line to shoot 3.
And that's the 4th on but it might be too little too late in his game in this ball game. And Lance Madison still talking to the official on the far side.
So Albright heads to the stripe. First free throw, good.
His first point of the ball game. And again, a chance to cut this down to an 8-point game with 3 free throws here.
Second free throw, rattles in good.
And so 2:41 left to play. That's still anybody's ball game at this point.
You got to respect this group. They never quit fighting. They're going to play this all the way to the 0-0-0.
And maybe beyond it at any point. They had to do that the last time these two teams met.
As Duffy, guarded by Diawara.
And maybe you can see Lamar State hit a couple of threes down the stretch and do reverse the roles here, as San Jack was playing from behind the whole ball game against Lamar State in that second half over at Port Arthur.
Duffy looks for the drive, gets around. Diawara goes off the glass.
And they are consistently getting to the window.
Right, they're attacking the basket much more frequently. I think that's the big adjustment they made at halftime. Then a foul.
And you're going to call that?
Foul on Jarrell Cook. Ugh.
Just some of the calls, he didn't impede him. He didn't hold him from getting to the basket. Why are you calling that foul? Let him continue to play.
Yeah.
And Cook's had a couple of questionable ones there in the second half.
And it'll be at the line will be Diawara.
And again, you got to knock the free throws down with the clock stopped.
This will be the 17th free throw attempt of the game for Mambi Diawara.
And he's done a good job other than the 3 he missed in a row on the three-pointer.
11 for 16 at the line. Second free throw rattles out no good, and comes away with his 14th rebound of the ball game.
And right now you need either a steal or a stop here. You can't allow them to run the clock completely out because of the way they've been attacking.
Jarrell Cook. What they're doing is spreading out and letting their guards go one-on-one here. Now they're going to try to set the trap.
Yeah, Lamar State's going to stretch the defense out now. And not a good handler to basketball.
In the corner. He'll go all the way across court to Greer. And leave it back near half court for Duffy. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Duffy on the drive. Floats it up. No good. The offensive rebound comes down.
Didn't get shot off. That's a 30-second violation. The shot didn't get off before the clock went off. There's wow.
What are they calling here?
And they're going to tee up Mambi Diawara, and that's going to do it. They have to call a 30-second violation because the foul was not called before the shot went off.
The foul they're called on Weisbrod. .138 left to play.
And that's when you call technical fouls, when the officials lose control of a ball game. That's the problem. They're making up for their incompetence by trying to show their authority figure by calling what we've seen 3 stupid technicals in this ball game. The first one that they called on Corey Davis probably earned. The second one, there was no way he earned that technical foul and got tossed out of this ball game. Yeah. And since then, they've been making up for those technical foul calls they called against Corey Davis in this ball game.
Yeah, we're not here to see you. We're here to see these 2 very good basketball teams play.
And they made themselves too much of this ball game. That's the problem. And basically they put this game away now, as unless San Jacinto misses these free throws, and now nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, Albertelli is out asking, and really, obviously Lamar State feels like they probably got the batter, but it's been just poorly officiated just all the way around.
Well, not the first half. That's what I'm saying.
The second half in particular, just there's no flow to it. Neither team can really get into a rhythm. San Jack's been able to take advantage by taking the ball to the basket, been much more effective in terms of attacking the rim in the second half.
But the problem is, though, the pace of this game and the course of this game changed because of some questionable officiating calls. You go back to the Freddie Williams call where clearly he was going to get a three-point play, and there was no way it wasn't a defensive foul on the play in any planet you play basketball on. And when you go from there, that's when this game changed, and the momentum of the game completely changed because Christian Albright goes down the other end, immediately gets a technical foul call. You have a 5-point swing minimum, and instead of Lamar State going to the line to retake the lead, they've never led since that point in the game.
Well, situation, you miss a call right there as an officiating crew, and then that leads to emotions.
Right.
And we saw with Corey Davis in the first half. You miss a call.
And the problem is you've been chasing that call ever since then. Because at that point you had 7 fouls called against Lamar State with 16 minutes to go in the second half, and it seemed like the official been trying to make it up both ways to say, and like I said, I guarantee you their report will show, hey, we called the game the right way. The video's not going to show that, but the report will show that since it's black on paper.
Ilker will be shooting technicals here as the technical call on Mami Diawara.
And again, if this was the other way, it would be just as bad. And they've just been inconsistent with their foul calls. They've been calling ticky-tack fouls on one end. They've been calling holding fouls that didn't even exist. It's just sometimes funny and bewildering when you watch officials call a basketball game.
Hits the first technical, 82-72. It looks like San Jack will move into a tie with Lamar State atop the South Division at 11-6. Gets the second one. But
and now we'll have the shooting fouls.
And, of course, Mami Diawara fouls out of the game with that technical foul. We'll finish with 18 points in the ball game, so will have 2 more. This one rolls off, no good.
And this one to push it back to a 12-point lead. And that's the number that San Jack has been able to keep this between 8 and 12. Pretty much because there's just been enough of a stagnation in this ball game. And what do we got now?
You have to wonder if Lamar State been able to get within 6, make it a 2-possession game.
Make it a game.
It would have been different psychologically. Sometimes psychologically it's just different when you're within 2 possessions of perhaps being tied in a ball game. But they were never. Lamar State's never able to get within that.
They put the wrong person on the line. Are they going to give him 2 free throws, though? The officials completely lost this game. They have completely lost control of this game. Instead of worrying about calling the technical, they didn't worry about who they were putting on the free throw line.
And Lance Madison saying he only gets 1 free throw.
Right, he didn't get 2 free throws. There's only been 1 taken. You made the mistake, not them.
Right.
Yes, you made the mistake.
Yeah, San Jack does not get to.
You don't get to reward them with 2 free throws. No,
because you screwed up.
No, he gets 1 free throw. Because you made the mistake, you don't reward them with a second free throw here. This is book rule 101. He gets 1 free throw and that's it. Oh my God.
They're giving him 2.
These
guys are ridiculous.
That's a horrible call. You can only give him 1 free throw. You made the mistake of putting the wrong person on the line. That's not Lamar State's problem.
My dad would be looking at from heaven. He'd be booing these guys.
They're going to take it all the way to the end, and Saw gets both free throws. But that's just enough. You cannot correct a mistake like that after you made the mistake.
As it'll be Harris to bring it up. Nice spin move and got fouled. 1:32 left to play. And Saw will pick up his 4th. So at the line will be Jordan Harris. 85-72. And Lance Madison still talking. I guess the head referee on the far side. And so free throw good for Harris.
You can't correct stupidity with more stupidity.
85-73. And again, Lance Madison's case is Sauce only got one free throw. It's not Lamar State's fault that they put the wrong guy on the line. It's not San Jack's fault.
Don't blow it twice. You only get 2 free throws, not 3 to make 2 when you screwed it up.
As we'll go to and he's being held. How's it not a foul?
And the outside. The backline official has to call that foul.
And then they call the offense because he did hook, but after he got pushed and fouled initially.
This is the first game they've ever called in their life. They're horrible. He got fouled before he hooked him.
And that's on, and that'll be number 5 on And he was absolutely getting pushed and shoved before the offensive foul.
He's done.
Had a great game, though. 18 points and 14 rebounds. A great ball game for Ilker, but he'll now be out for the remainder of the game. And this game is slowed to a crawl. And both coaches, I think, are irate with this officiating crew, and I don't blame them either. Look at Scott Jernander. He is absolutely upset right now. And we have another stoppage. This is one of the worst officiated games. Generally, I don't like to criticize the officials, but this is beyond belief.
Well, the problem is they're making up for their incompetence by calling stupid things to make them look more incompetent.
And they're making it worse. There's a long 3 from Harris. That won't go. Rebound by Weisbrod. Weisbrod got fouled, and he'll get
and he's disagreeing with the call, and it's because of stuff that hasn't been called in the second half, and that should be a technical foul.
Yeah, but
you can't demonstrate that way.
I think Saw should be the foul, but I think he called it on Faulkner, and Faulkner, I think, and rightly so, got all ball.
Sure, but once he jumps up in the air and complains about the call, he should get a technical immediately, because that's one of the rule emphasis this year. Whether it's right or wrong, you call the technical foul once you show up the official. And again, these officials, it's horrible because this should be a game that should be a lot closer, and we should be worried about a winner and a loser instead of worrying about trying to get out of here with health right now because of these officials.
And Weisbrod hits both free throws.
And it's an 8-point.
And these two teams deserve better than this.
And it's an 85, should be 85-77.
85-7, ball knocked away by Weisbrod.
And this is going to be a two-possession game.
Here.
That's goaltend! It's a goaltend! Good God! How can you not call that?
I give up. I mean,
that's 3 goaltends they've missed in this ballgame. The game's over.
And the free throw by Donovan Greer.
And right now, Lance Mass should get a technical foul. He should get teed up to finish this game.
Shot by Harris won't go. Rebound and then foul on Weisbrod.
And I think he just got the tee. And here's the problem. The officials are still warning the coaches at this point, and Lance Mass is not stopping, and I don't blame him. How do you not call a goaltend on a ball that hits the glass, clearly going in, and you knock it away?
And Weisbrod will foul out.
And Lamar State in danger right now. They have only 5 on the floor. And Weisbrod got all ball. He did not foul anybody on that play.
This is as poorly officiated.
And they called a technical foul on Lance Madison.
Yeah,
and right now he may get thrown out of here. This is the sad thing about this. He doesn't want to miss the next call of the game, and that's what the problem is.
And so shooting at technicals will be Jordan Duffy. And I'd like to apologize to the folks watching this game. This officiating is a travesty. It's an absolute joke.
And the problem is, like I said, it's not the calls they made. It's the calls they're making to make up for the lost calls.
If I were either Lance Madison or Scott Jernander, I'd say I'd never want these guys again. Ever. $88-76.
And again, it doesn't matter the color of the uniform. We have done this before. We've seen this act before. It doesn't matter the building. This has just been one of the worst officiating for the quality of the game it should be. This has been one of the worst officiating games. You don't have 5 technicals called in the game because the officiating good. That's the problem. Right. The officiating is making up for the lost calls.
These two teams deserve better than this from the 3 officials. These two teams have played too well and worked too hard to get to this point. To have this
seriously?
Free throw no good for Jarrell Cook.
Y'all are horrible. 5 technical fouls because you can't call a game right.
43.3 seconds left to play, and Sanjak is going to pick up the victory.
We'll let the teams decide the game instead of the officiating.
One more for Cook. He'll try to make it 90.
Y'all missed a really good game tonight. Why don't you run back and draw your paycheck on the other end while you're doing it?
As Cook gets 1 out of 2. Here's a three-pointer by Harris, and rebounded by Cook.
What a block is a foul. Completely pathetic.
Greer with the dribble. Greer brings it back out to about a 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And San Jacinto will move into a first-place tie as Greer keeps the dribble alive against DeAndre Frank, and Greer goes right to the basket, and then he got fouled going to the basket. 92-76 as Freddie Williams will put up the shot at the buzzer, no good. And that'll do it finally here as the San Jacinto Ravens will get the victory, but unfortunately the story of this ball game is going to be the officiating crew. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here.
This is not a 16-point ball game. That's the problem.
Again, I'll go back to the point that these two teams deserve better than that. So we'll take a break here, come back with the postgame show with the final score 92-76 in favor of the...
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year. Thanks to you, we were the #1 volume dealer in Southeast Texas for the second year in a row.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 4-door Ram for $26,900 or a new 2016 Ram Heavy Duty Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for the low price of $35,700.
And don't forget, those prices include warranty forever.
Come see why we are the #1 team in Southeast Texas. Mid-County Dodge in Port Arthur or midcountydodge.com.
Football fans, with a Raising Cane's tailgate on the table, this meal is going into overtime. The first overall pick for any game comes piled high with hot, fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers and totally dippable cane sauce. So let's hear the stats. That's 100 chicken fingers, 100% premium, and 100% delicious. And with cold, refreshing jugs of lemonade and sweet tea also coming straight out of Raising Cane's, well, let's just say that's a full roster of flavor. Raising Cane's, one love.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year. Thanks to you, we were the #1 volume dealer in Southeast Texas for the second year in a row.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. You choose a new 2016 Jeep Cherokee or a 7-passenger 2016 Dodge Journey for the low price of only $19,800.
And don't forget, those prices include warranty forever.
Come see why we are the #1 team in Southeast Texas. Mid-County Dodge in Port Arthur or midcountydodge.com.
Need t-shirts from 1 to 100,000. Tyler Screen Printing.
No job too small
or too large. Need banners, trophies, awards, vinyl stickers? Tyler Screen Printing. Want the option to design your t-shirt online? Tyler Screen Printing has got you covered with 2 locations. Tyler Screen Printing, conveniently located at 1321 South Beckham in Tyler, or visit Athens Screen Printing in Athens. Call today, 903-630-7124. That's 903-630-7124. Online at tylerscreen.com.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 7-passenger Dodge Journey for only $19,800.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop midcountydodge.com.
I come to the neighborhood Walmart a lot. It's a grocery store, but without all the other household items, so you're getting exactly what you need at a lower price.
It's a lot quicker to flow through the aisles. I find the prices are unbeatable.
I'm here all the time for everything, produce, vegetables.
I work full-time. I have 2 children. I'm on the go constantly, so having affordable products to buy for our children is priceless.
I have a family of 4, so every penny counts.
Every minute counts when you're trying to get the kids home and then, ready for school the next day.
The biggest thing with this place is it's very convenient, but I enjoy shopping here.
At At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 Ram 4-door for only $26,900.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop MidCountyDodge.com.
Veolia is the leading global provider of environmental solutions. By improving energy efficiency, better managing water and wastewater, and recovering resources from waste, we're supporting business and industry while protecting our Gulf Coast in a responsible way. And just like Port Arthur's Lamar State College, Veolia has a passion for excellence, helping more than 30,000 businesses and 550 communities with their environmental needs. Today, Veolia is resourcing the world for a better tomorrow. Learn more at veolianorthamerica.com.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 Ram Heavy Duty Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for only $35,700.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop MidCountyDodge.com.
Everyone knows that some things are just better left to the pros. Take skydiving instructors.
So I think you just jump and pull one of these cord thingies.
The same goes for bowls at Genghis Grill, which is why we now offer chef-made bowls like Kung-Pao chicken for only $8.99. Skip the line and order a bowl right from your table, or take matters into your own hands and build your own. The new $8.99 featured bowls at Genghis Grill. Seize control.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 2016 Jeep Cherokee for only $19,800.
That price includes warranty forever.
Shop MidCountyDodge.com.
Everyone knows that some things are just better left to the pros. Take the Venal speaking.
I don't know.
The same goes for bowls at Genghis Grill, which is why we now offer chef-made bowls like Kung-Pao chicken for only $8.99. Skip the line and order a bowl right from your table, or take matters into your own hands and build your own. The new $8.99 featured bowls at Genghis Grill. Seize control.
At Mid-County Dodge, we had a record-breaking year. Thanks to you, we were the #1 volume dealer in Southeast Texas for the second year in a row.
So let's celebrate with low prices on every vehicle in our giant inventory. Get a new 4-door Ram for $26,900 or a new 2016 Ram Heavy Duty Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for the low price of $35,700.
And don't forget, those prices include warranty forever.
Come see why we are the #1 team in Southeast Texas. Mid-County County Dodge in Port Arthur or MidCountyDodge.com.
Veolia is the leading global provider of environmental solutions. By improving energy efficiency, better managing water and wastewater, and recovering resources from waste, we're supporting business and industry while protecting our Gulf Coast in a responsible way. And just like Port Arthur's Lamar State College, Veolia has a passion for excellence, helping more than 30,000 businesses and 550 communities with their environmental needs. Today, Veolia is resourcing the world for a better tomorrow. Learn more at
And we're back live here on the post-game show as the Lamar State Seahawks fall here at Andrews Gymnasium 92-76. I am joined by head coach Lance Madison, and a tough loss. And first of all, we'll start out, obviously, this officiating crew could have been better. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, well, I disagreed with some calls, but that's part of basketball. I thought in the second half their kids played a little harder than ours, and their defense was better than ours. And we jumped out, got a lead in the first half, and probably didn't manage the clock great the last 3 minutes of that half. We were up 9, and then we took some quick shots in the possession, and they were able to come down and hit a couple buckets. And instead of maintaining that lead, we only went up 3 at halftime. And then in the second half, it was frustrating. I mean, at one time I think the foul situation was 5-0 or 6-1. But we knew that coming over here that it was going to be a tough place to play, and we kind of lost our cool, and I kind of lost a little bit myself, got a little frustrated. Maybe my players fed off my emotions a little bit on the sideline, but on goaltends, it seems like in this league they just don't want to call it. Either they don't want to call it, or the officials aren't good enough to make that call. But I thought there was 3 goaltends in this game that could have went our way, and they didn't call any of the 3. So, that's tough when you're trying to come back and you need a layup and they don't call the call. But hey, all credit to San Jack. I thought they hit some really tough shots in the second half. A little frustrated that we came out and didn't start the second half with a little better defensive stand. Their guard got loose and scored 3 straight times. And, Jordan's got to do a better job of guarding him. And, I just, we got to regroup. And I appreciate all the fans that came over and supported us today. We had a good crowd. We had some administration here, some faculty and staff, and then we even had some people from the community come to support. And we appreciate all the help we got.
And you look at the halftime, it looked like San Jack made a little bit of adjustment. They were settling for some threes, and playing pretty good defense in the first half. It looked like one of the adjustments they made was they took the ball more to the basket in the second half and attacked more, and were able to get to the free throw line and had those kick-out passes, were able to knock down some threes.
Yeah, they did. And then the officials were, putting them, calling fouls on us, putting them at the free throw line. But, maybe we should have went zone. But we had our chance. I mean, we came over here. We started off with a good start. And, we just didn't have that killer instinct to defend a little more and get some stops. And, hats off to them. I thought their kids played well. And, the coach did a good job making some adjustments. And, we'll have to just regroup and take care of business at home against a good blend team. And I've always felt like San Jack and Blend do the best jobs in this conference as far as scouting, and they take away a lot of your offense. And, I think San Jack did some good scouting tonight against us. And, Colton Weisbrod's got to understand he's probably going to get double teamed, triple teamed. So he's got to make good passes, make good decisions, and pass out of it, and try not to score over 2 or 3 defenders. And he'll develop as a player, and I think he'll make some adjustments when teams start double teaming like that next few games.
And of course, you got Blend coming in your place on will be sophomore night for a very special group of sophomores. This is a Blend team that's had some late leads that they've lost, but obviously the team, like you said, scouts very well, and the team that's going to be prepared to play, they come into your place on Wednesday.
No, their team, they never quit. They kind of reflect their head coach. Coach Schumacher does a good job, and he's a competitor, and he'll have them ready to play, and they'll come in and compete every possession, and we'll just have to play a better game.
Well, tough loss here. We bounce back on Wednesday night to take on the Blend Buccaneers back at home.
Thank you.
As we'll take one more break. We'll come back with the final numbers, and we'll wrap it up here from Andrews Gymnasium. That's the final score once again, 92-76. It was San Jack being outscored by Lamar State in the first half, 39-36, but it was 56-37 in the second half in favor of the San Jacinto Ravens. We have a couple other finals in. Blend did defeat Angelina 97-84 over in Brenham, so Blend gets the W. And knock Angelina now back to their 8th loss in conference play. It is Panola knocking off Tyler by a final of 73-64. So I'll move Panola into sole possession of second place, with Navarro losing to Paris 85-68. So back-to-back wins now for the Paris Dragons as they continue to make a run at the Tyler Apaches for that 11th seed. And we'll come back and give you the final numbers here from Andrews Gymnasium on the Premier Sports Network.
Learn more at VeoliaNorthAmerica.com.
Football fans, with a Raising Cane's tailgate on the table, this meal is going into overtime. The first overall pick for any game comes piled high with hot, fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers and totally dippable cane sauce. So let's hear the stats. Let's hear the stats. Stats. That's 100 chicken fingers.
And we're back here for our final stats in the ball game. First of all, scoring-wise for the Lamar State Seahawks, they were led by Jordan Harris with 23 points, 18 apiece from Mambi Diawara and Colton Weisbrod. Freddie Williams Jr. had 11, and 3 points apiece for Marco Zelich and Christian Albright. For the San Jacinto Ravens, their leading scorer in the ball game was Ilker with 18. It was 17 for Jordan Duffy, 15 points for Donovan Greer, 8 points in the game for Jabril Faulkner, 6 points apiece for Corey Davis and for Josh Huntley, 4 points in the ball game for Candido Saw, and 2 points apiece for Konstantin Kulikov and John Mitchell. Final shooting, Lamar State hit on 18 of 51 from the floor, and it was 36 of 66 for San Jack from the three-point line, 6 of 23 for Lamar State, 9 of 20 for San Jack. Free throw shooting, it was 11 of 21 for San Jack, 34 of 44 for the Lamar State Seahawks. Rebounding was a 43-20 edge for the Ravens, including 12 to 8 on the offensive glass. San Jack led by Ilker with 14 rebounds. Saw added 6. And you had Colton Weisbrod at 14 rebounds, and Freddie Williams Jr. with 7 rebounds to lead the way for Lamar State. San Jack assisting on 10 of their 36 field goals, led by Duffy with 5. And Lamar State finished the game with 4 assists on 18 field goals, led by Diawara. In fact, no assist in the second half for the Lamar State Seahawks. Block shots, 1 for Lamar State, that was by Albright, and San Jack had 2, both by Candido Saw. And finally, turnovers in the ball game. San Jack finished with the game with 10 turnovers, only 1 in the second half. That led to 4 Lamar State points. Lamar State turned the ball over 9 times. That led to 4 San Jack points.
And as we look at the conclusion of this ball game, still Lamar State with everything in front of them. With a win this week, they pretty much would secure a bye. If they win 2 games, they're definitely going to be at least the number 2 seed in the South Division. And as we wrap it up here, remind you, coming up on Monday, we'll have high school basketball on Monday and Tuesday from Lee College in Baytown, Texas. On Monday, we'll have the ball game between the Central Jaguars and the Humble Wildcats starting at 7 o'clock. 6:30 with our pregame show. I'd like to thank Dave Biondi, everybody back at BNet Streaming for turning it out, switching the dials. Mike Langley and everybody back at the Mothership 1450, 1510 for making us sound so good on the radio as Lamar State drops a 16-point decision here at Anders Gym. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Monday evening.
You've been listening to a special sports presentation of the Premier Sports Network, the new generation of sports broadcasting and a proud part of the Premier Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.